let's start with an Automaton run. Hi Michael, welcome, glad to see you. Yeah, let's go in on Ascension 1. So, I've seen there have been a few bug fixes related to the Automaton bugs I found yesterday. Oh, you managed to watch the full VOD. Not bad. Was it helpful? Any changes here? Nope. Still working as I know. Yes, I did get the latest jar. In fact, I got it about 3 minutes before you updated it. And then I had to get it again just a couple minutes after that. But it's okay. I'm pretty sure I got the newest one, yeah. Yeah, I should have the new slime-bound stuff. That's also why I decided to do slime-bound on the second run today. Fire Merchant, another 2 elites, another fire. That's pretty tempting to go that path. Do I want to go for an early merchant? Boss is the Watcher. Run score is decent, but it's not absolutely critical. We could go for a boss swap for once. But rare colorless card is quite good. Let's do that option. We have quick study. That's certainly not a bad option. Transmutation is also pretty tempting. Metamorphosis, they cost 0 this combat. If it's this combat, that should also affect any functions we compile with it. Feels weird to go for a Metamorphosis as my first card, but I just want to try it out. See how that works with this character. I think I'm also gonna immediately upgrade it. So this is giving us a lot of 0 cost attacks to play around with. Go to Replicate Strike to take down the frontliner. And get closer to getting a function here. Okay, these are some promising cards we just put out there. So, infinite loop. Does it work now? We'll see. If we can keep the enemy alive, that is. Yeah, it went from 6 to 8 and it's in the sequence and it's delayed, so that's good. Okay, seems like the Metamorphosis works just fine with encoding. Optimize. Upgrade the next 3 cards you encode that can be upgraded. Sorry. My throat is a bit sore right now. Drinking some water should help. I'm gonna go with Optimize here. Main reason is because the attacks from Metamorphosis are not upgraded. So we can at least upgrade them once we make functions out of them. Let's heal back the damage we took to get that Metamorphosis. That puts us in a good spot to go for some elites. Let's also fight the merchant here. Oh, Metamorphosis first hand. Happy to see that. We have Digital Carnage, Dark Stash, Piercing Shot, Ship It, and Oil Spill. Let's start drawing into those as soon as possible. Insert a Slimed. I think we want to do that before we play Ship It. Digital Carnage seems great. Let's go with Oil Spill. And then Running Carnage. We get the Optimize. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's either pretty bad if the cards don't stay 0 cost, or really good if they do. And as we can see, they do stay 0 cost. I was hoping to redraw one of my powerful functions, but alas, this is what we have to live with. And a get latest is also pretty tempting. 100 damage on this early a merchant. I'm very happy with that, yes. I don't think I want Cultist Strike. I think my goal is to make most of my functions cost 0. If I can, the next card you encode causes X additional copies to also be encoded. Interesting thing is that we can play that the same turn we encode one of our Metamorphosis attacks. That has a lot of synergy. I'm gonna go with that. I think we are gonna try to build around Metamorphosis this run. We will need some defensive cards. Probably not front load though, because that ruins our function cost. Maybe 1 costs if possible. Let's remove some strikes. That makes it more likely that we draw into our encoded cards, metamorphosized cards, more often. Our deck doesn't do a whole lot without Metamorphosis. Fine, I'll take 6. Let's encode a lot of iterates. Deal 2 damage 9 times. Pass it, iterate. Yeah, this looks like a very strong start, I agree. Merge conflict. Allocate another for loop. Do I want another for loop? I think so. That seems like a very strong card in a deck like this. Ooh, the Living Wall. We do have an explosive potion, which is quite nice for this deck. For this fight, so let's try to utilize that. This one is upgraded, but I think the newly created copy isn't. That's fine though. There's our Metamorphosis. Luckily it wasn't transformed. That could have been pretty bad otherwise. We got a break, merge conflict. Merge conflict is very nice. I think I keep those around. Thunder Wave deals 7 damage to random enemy for each function compiled this combat. I think I'm gonna burn that one out. Get latest. I'm definitely not sad to see that. What do we want a copy of? I'm thinking Backtrace. Oh, we're pretty close to drawing into the next deck. I kind of want to invalidate first. Oh, invalidate has now compile, gain a vulnerable. But is zero cost by default? Gaining a vulnerable this turn can be scary. We can't get a kill. That's for sure. Then I guess I will wait on the vulnerability. Get the top liner down. We probably have to kill next turn. So things could be worse. Sure, let's play another optimize. Break. Maybe I should have used the for loop on the break. Then I would have lethal right now. Yeah, that was a mistake. But we have the explosive potion, so... Invalidate, deprecate, and terminator. I think invalidate and deprecate are definitely worth including. I kinda want the defensive one. I'm gonna remove another strike. Maybe I should have transformed first. But I'm gonna transform a strike. Wild Beam? I guess that's a bit better than a strike at least. Upgrade, huh? Wild Beam becomes 13. Optimize goes... Optimize just passes on another upgrade. That's not that great. For loop gains retain. That's very valuable. Deprecate gains another week. That's really good. I think I have to go with that. Draw is also something I want in this deck, so I should upgrade the go-to pretty soon as well. Blue Candle versus Sapphire Key. I'm gonna go with the Sapphire Key. I think I don't want curses in that deck, no matter the Blue Candle. Let's go Searing Beam, Replicate Terminator, and kill. Speed Potion. Wild Beam, Bug Barrage, Turbo. I'm inclined to skip here. Do I want to break the Sapphire? I do like the health. We have a merchant pretty soon though. Nope, I'm not gonna break it yet. We might have to use our potion to get through that next elite, and maybe we have to rest after that. But that's... I'm willing to take these risks. That's 10 damage. Then upgraded is 13, plus another 2 copies of it. Yeah, we can kill the frontliner here. Wait, no we can't. We can only copy replicate. That doesn't work. If we copy replicate, we would deal 4 plus another 18. That's not enough. Oh, the starter relic doesn't make it work because we can play for loop and then wild beam in the same turn. Is the problem. It's the next card you encode. So what I will actually do is play follow blast, so the next card we encode will encode twice. That's a deprecate. Okay, fine. It's not like we can get a kill here, but at least we can weaken the enemies. They are already weakened for a pretty long time. This isn't great. At least we have the wild copy here to finally finish off the frontliner. Let's make a replicate function and then finish the fight next turn, hopefully. That won't do. Okay. Well, I worked out in the end. Fine-tuning. That's probably not that great in this deck, because we can't really target specific cards as easily, considering we rely on Metamorphosis. We do want some defensive cards, and I really liked Constructor when I played with it yesterday, so I'm gonna go for that for now. Another merchant fight. Gonna go Wild Beam Deprecate into For Loop. So we have weakness on the enemy this turn. I think I'm gonna go Constructor here, actually. That means this function... Oh right, I had the... I forgot about that. I had the follow back diff. Now I have way too much block. That was very badly handled. Yep. Wild Insult is at least a very nice card. That's the best thing we can do here with the in this situation, I think. Too late for Metamorphosis. Format. Encode X copies of fragment gain an energy. Is that good for us? Could be. Fragments are pretty solid. I wonder what upgraded fragments do. Probably 8-8, if I have to guess. I'm gonna take a format. Oh, Mallet. Every time you play 3 functions in a single turn, gain a strength and a dex. Oh, I want that. I want that so much, but I can't have it. Orange pellets. We do debuff ourselves with Deprecate. That's about it. I think I'm just gonna go for another removal. I actually removed the final strike. Wanna keep this deck thin. I'm also gonna take a power potion. Because these next 2 elite fights might be very dangerous. Let's go to... Optimize format? Yeah, 8 and 8. That's a really good card I built there. Drew into the Metamorphosis at the wrong time. You know what? I'm gonna go follow Deprecate and just weaken the enemy for a long time. Weaken myself for next turn as well though. Constructor Metamorphosis. We'll take a couple of points of damage here. But it's not that much. Let's go Delayed Slice Replicate. Didn't need to play that, but the fight is over anyways. Nice. Singing Bowl. When adding cards into your deck, you may raise your max HP by 2 instead. I think I'm gonna use that quite a lot in this fight. Force Shield is tempting. Costs 1 less for each function created this combat. We need a few good defensive cards. I think I'm gonna break and upgrade. 37 health should be enough with the potions I have. Format seems very good. I want that upgraded. This first turn is pretty bad. Infinite Beam. At the start of each turn, add a minor beam to your hand. That's reasonable. Sentient Form. After you play a function, increase all numbers on it by 1. Okay, tempting. Mutate or gain a strength, transform a status in your hand into a copy of this. Infinite Beam versus Sentient Form. This allows me to compile functions much quicker after you play a function. Honestly, I think I prefer Infinite Beams. That gives me consistent damage output and helps complete more functions, which does matter quite a lot. We should play Metamorphosis. I'm also gonna finish this function, which is huge defense. Very nice. And start a new one. Actually, let's go to. We have a lot of 0 costs in the deck. This looks good. Alright, it got upgraded. I forgot. Oh, the infinite loop comes out upgraded as well. There we go. Pocket Watch. Whenever you play 3 or less cards during your turn, there are 3 additional cards at the start of your next turn. Love that. Return. Return is more card draw. Yes. I think this is go-to, then return will give me 1 energy back, which I can use to play format to fill up the... I'm also gonna play optimize here and then format to get the function. Can't play that, but I get rid of the weak in at the time where I don't care about the weak at all. For loop is still pretty awkward to use. Hi Chris, welcome! Glad to see you. There we go. Liquid Memories. Let's take that over a speed potion. Invoke. Gain 3 block. Encode. Compile. Gain an energy equal to the total cost of cards in the sequence. Interesting. I'm gonna skip here and take the 2 max HP. Watcher. Unbridled Rage. When Watcher is reduced to 50% HP, she enters Wrath permanently. Watcher's Wrath increases damage dealt and received by 50% instead of 100%. So Enrage once we get her to 90. Interesting. Hi Chris. Okay. Let's make an optimized clean fragment here. Just a grey card and then we finish with a for loop. We could double up on the go-to here. That seems reasonable. We overshot it a bit here, but that's fine. I'm gonna play the Metamorphosis because I kinda have to. Then we're gonna weaken the enemy so we're not totally defenseless. 9 damage incoming, that seems reasonable. We're gonna take a vulnerability there. I'm gonna use the return just to gain the energy so I can set up a for loop again. What do we want to for loop? Deal 5 damage to a random enemy for all of your status cards, then exhaust them, insert 3 burns. That seems good after we use the break. Break is 5. You know what? We'll merge conflict, then compile a couple of breaks. And then let's get rid of all the burns, all the statuses, and replace them with just 3 burns. They are now in Wrath, but they're not attacking this turn. And maybe we can end the fight next turn, although we are gonna draw 3 burns here, which sucks. 25 incoming. Let's see what we can do. We still heal to full after boss fights. We're gonna take 6, go down to 29. Sense of time hits me down to 4 HP. And then I win the fight next turn. They're gonna block for 34 though. I'm not gonna take the risk. There's Sentient Form again. Seems really hard to set up. Does it cost 2 on upgrade? It does. That makes it a bit more manageable. There's another format. Mutator, probably not necessary, but could sometimes be good with the cards we get from Metamorphosis. Sentient Form. If we had more control over what we compile, I would definitely say yes. Let's try it out. We need to find extra energy though. I'm okay with Buster Crown. I think this deck doesn't want to get too much bigger. We are still looking for some defensive cards, but maybe we can just find them in shops. I do want to go for the Emerald Elite because I can't be certain that we will get a chance to fight the Emerald Elite before a campfire on the next floor. And I want to go for some upgrades early if possible. That means we don't go to a shop this floor. Am I okay with that? Not 100%. But I'm okay to start out on that route and see where this takes us. If we might branch out to a shop instead of one rest or elite. We could go to this shop instead of this rest, or choose this path instead of this one. I'm gonna recall here. I want to get that 1 strength relatively soon. Let's go to Follow Deprecate. That's no good. Gonna optimize, just manually defend 2 times here. Deprecate and then for loop to set up the next turn. Metamorphosis and then format. The for loop should put, yep, an extra fragment in, so we get actually 2 functions at this point. Compile, gain 2 decks. This is now 0 cost, so no downside at all. And burnout is useless right now. Retain. Deal 45 damage to all enemies. Skip your next turn. When retained, lower its cost by 1 this combat. That's just lethal, right? Iterate. Nope. Not very much interested in attack. We can also just pump our max HP and use that as our defense to some degree. Let's see what go-to gives us. Don't want to upgrade the replicate. Let's finish this function so we can draw more cards. Then let's optimize the constructor. Set up a return and a for loop for the next turn. That's a cheap sentient form, I'm gonna go with that. And then I think just format. Yeah, I'm gonna play Metamorphosis, even though it's probably not great against Snecko. That's good enough. Definitely happy with this flail. Good thing we have these fragment things. There we go. Snecko was a bit scary for us, but we managed. These normal fights are kind of good for us. We get less card rewards than usual, but we do get max HP. And we'll finish the backliner. Oh, another Fortify. That's 4 decks we just gained. Definitely encode that one. Let's finish that function. And maybe we could have used for loop to get a kill somehow here. But if so, I didn't see it. That's not quite enough to get a kill here, right? We get 2 of them up there, but that's still not enough. Let's just defend. And then win next turn. There we go. Explosive pot. There's a front load again. Maybe I have to take it. I really don't want to compile 2 cost functions though. For 2 cost functions with retain might be okay. Now I have the chance to go for a shop instead of a rest. I still have the same chance a bit later again. I'm gonna decide later. Let's Metamorph. Go to... do I want to overheat? I'll do it afterwards, after the fragments. For loop the overheat? Nah. Just 1 overheat is enough. And then we recursive strike and start upgrading that. Let's gain the energy with the... that one, and then, yeah, that works. This is a tough turn. We don't have a whole lot of defense at all. We are pretty close of finishing the frontliner. I'll just take the damage here. We do have that regen pot as well. Oh, I should have played the sentient form there. Verify. Happy to have the front loaded here. Maybe we do need some sort of anti-deck thrashing mechanic. That's not it. That doesn't belong in this deck. I want the strength. And I need the sentient form to be upgraded if we want to make use of that. Sure. 3 cost is far too hard to play out. Bag of Prep, draw 2 additional cards at the start of combat. Very nice. Apparitions! I could gain quite a few max HP back afterwards. And it would certainly make things easier for a while. Let's not take them. Makes it a bit too easy. Constructor is an important upgrade in my opinion. Let's see. Let's set up sentient form. Then format. Getting a clean fragment. And that should now be... Yep, 7 on everything. Let's return defend. We block 23 out of 27. That's good enough. But I'm gonna use the regen potion here. Get that healing value in while I can. Let's optimize the play the Metamorphosis. Defend, deprecate for sure. Yeah, I will also replicate. Good thing I have that regen potion taking, because we're taking a bit more damage here. Let's go bronze. Giving us an old copy. And we set up the constructor, go to and fortify. More card draw, yes please. Let's recurse, replicate, and then ship it. Anything else we need to do? Nope. This is... oh, this is the huge attack and block card. And we just for loop. And now we just end the fight. I'm actually just gonna defend here, get the final one regen before I finish the enemy. Toy Ornithopter, Null Pointer. Deal 15 damage, gain 15 block, encode. Compile function gains unplayable. Definitely not what we want in this deck. We don't want to create unplayable functions. And we are not a deck that just leaves certain cards in the sequence and uses them for whatever value we can get out of them. Not really what we do. Let's do the usual. Do we even wanna do that? Yeah, sure. There's our Metamorphosis, and we can full defend alongside it. That's good enough for me. And finish with the for loop. see what we draw. A force shield, that's nice. That's also quite useful. There we go. Searing Beam, nope. Not part of this deck. Then let's return and follow. The next card we play will be encoded twice. That could be a constructor. I like that. 14 block. It's almost enough. And then let's format and play the sprint. Ooh, null pointer. Definitely don't want to encode that multiple times, but I am gonna play it. I'm gonna remove the for loop now. Planning to kill over 2 turns. Piercing shot is okay to waste on an unplayable card. We need some defense. Give me a sprint. Build sprint. There we go. That wasn't bad. Nice. Darkstone parry up. To whenever you obtain a curse, increase your max HP by 6. Overheat. Nope. Definitely don't want to add 2 cost attacks to the deck. The Joust. We win 200 souls. Oh, metallicized Gremlin leader. I kind of want Metamorphosis sentient form, but I think that's a bit too much setup. I'm gonna wait on the sentient form then. This will give me the fragments immediately. And then let's put up a constructor as well. Null pointer again. I don't want to use that on this one. Deal 6 damage to random enemy. Yeah, the burnout. Right. Let's deprecate. That's just 3 damage. We have the delayed slice. Getting the kill on that enemy pretty easily. Oh, love the delayed slice right there. Do I want to make my card draw unplayable? Not really. I'm gonna go with the wild beam instead. Backtrace is okay. I'm okay with exhausting it. Then we return and defend. Taking some damage here. But we're now in a good spot to potentially end this fight pretty soon. Front load isn't really what I wanted to add to that, but that's not terrible. because at least it retains. No damage incoming this turn. I think we have to kill these gremlin wizards. Otherwise they will become a problem. Well, we don't have a lot of stuff we can do right now. We can just wait on our copying copies to copy themselves enough times. That's good at least. It's also a bit overkill. We have very strong cards now, but not all of them are really that great to deal damage. Well, we finally drew into some. So hopefully we can finish the fight now. We have... This is 20 damage because of the new copy we make. Yeah, that's gonna be enough then. Whew. Lantern. Start each combat with an additional energy and emerald key. Don't want bug barrage. I definitely don't want to add wounds to my hand. Lantern is very good though, because we also have the bag of prep, so our first turn can be really strong. Do want to front load. I'm not sure I want to replicate. I think I do. I could have used the for loop to put the bird on the ground actually. Well, missed that chance. For loops are still a bit hard to utilize. Well, that's it for the bird. We do still have to finish them though. This one retains actually, but it becomes more expensive later on. I probably should just finish the bird now. Let's go with sentient form. I want this one to be strong. Let's use fragments for that. I hope the 6 block occurs before taking the damage. It should. And it did. Oh, we still don't have lethal though. And this certainly doesn't help. There's still Dark Dash left in the deck. I should have used the Swift Potion a bit earlier. I'm gonna try. Ouch. It's a lot of damage to take there. Oh no, Dark Dash is lethal. Colorless Pot, nice. Bit Shift. That could actually be significant in this deck, right? Not sure. I'm actually gonna take the max HP instead. Seeing Double. A mirror image of Silent is masking her relocation. Attacking the mirror removes it from combat for the turn. Oh, interesting. After image, backstab, doppelganger. Place the doppelganger for 1, so they will have 2 extra cards and 2 extra energy next turn. Paper Crane, 40% less damage when we are weak. Anchor and Ginger. They can become weak. Well, we definitely start this with a Metamorphosis always. And then I think we do format front load. Well, the other order, but this is not ideal to attack the Silent here. I'm just gonna retain that, I think, and play a for loop. So the next card we encode is encoded twice. I guess that will be a go-to then. Constructor at the end doesn't make me happy. Let's go. Back trace. Replicate. And recursive strike. That one's gonna burn out. Then I play the optimize. Incoming is 4 times 2. That's actually gonna be 7 times 2 because they play a checks beforehand. They will also nightmare the jacks. Probably. Most likely the jacks. That's what I would do in this situation. I'm gonna return and then play a force field. Oh, the deflect. Okay. That's not a problem. Null pointer, huh? We have a lot of draw right now. There are not many great attacks left that we could use for Merge Conflict to make great functions here. Water, tea, apple juice or beer today? Water from now on, but I had apple juice until just a moment ago. I rarely ever drink beer. I think it's time to sentient so we can start upgrading these effects. Then I think I'm gonna make a throwaway function with Deprecate, which is useless because of Ginger, and Null Pointer, and one other effect. Not sure what that's gonna be. But it's gonna be the next one we play. This is a scary fight. The enemy is very defensive. Ah, there comes the aggression. Riddle with holes. Replicate seems reasonable to put into this function. That's not a huge loss. I wish we could use the weak potion, but the enemy has ginger. Colorless. Manipulate time versus chrono boost. Gain 2 strength for every 12th card you play. Oh! Has this been changed? I thought it was 1. Do we have any start of the turn effects? Pocket watch if it were active. It isn't though. Yeah, chrono boost. I think we need the scaling. Otherwise this weakness, the 40% weakness and the enemy's huge defense is just a problem. On the other hand, we do upgrade our functions over time with this sentient form, so that's a thing. Let's draw some cards. We don't need to defend this turn, so I'm gonna keep the sturdy fragments in hand. Just play a 4 loop here. I was hoping for a replicate. Now I have to waste a lot of damage. Oh, we hit the right one. Huh. Well, we're about to get our first points of strength from the chrono boost. And we have the running sprint to draw a full hand. Let's just play out our functions. Very defensive hand, but not enough to survive that riddle with holes. They're also gonna play a blur. Ugh. Ouch. Good, I think I have that replicate, so I can deal maximum damage with these functions. This will be good defense, at the very least. But we don't need it. Phew! That was a scary fight. Very defensive enemy. Library. At the start of your turn, add a random card within code to your hand. It costs 0. That kind of makes sense in this deck. Upgrades to become 2 cost. We have so much setup though. I'm still gonna take it. Runic Pyramid, Calling Bell, Fusion Hammer. At least we have the Darkstone Periap for Calling Bell. Fusion Hammer isn't a huge problem. No, we need to upgrade the library though, so it's still a bit of a problem. The library really needs an upgrade, but honestly, the upgrade gives us 1 energy the turn we play the library. Fusion Hammer gives us 1 energy on every turn. That's a fair trade-off. It's just whether or not I want Calling Bell instead. I think so. The 3 relics could be a huge power boost. And at least we gain 6 HP from the curse. Meal ticket, whenever you enter shop, heal 15 HP. At the start of boss combat, heal 25 HP and gain 300 souls on pickup. That's solid. We do want to go for a merchant for sure. This one or that one? I kind of want to go for 2 merchants, so the right path. 3 elites. Seems okay. Definitely want the extra decks. Upgrade the library so it becomes easier to play. Metamorphosis constructor. Gonna play the return first, then the format. And finish with the replicate. Bronze orb, sure. Recursive strike. That's not gonna be that big. It's gonna be a 0 cost, so let's keep it that way. And then go to. Terminator wants to be encoded last, let's do that. Running Insult. And front lobe for the defense. It's gonna be 19, yeah that works. Means I miss out on library, but that's okay. I think this fight will be over pretty quickly. Let's go sentient form, then optimize and infinite loop. Start looping. We got the infinite loop upgraded as well, which is very nice. We just for loop the infinite loop and then we have an infinite loop. That's a very interesting infinite loop. Buggy mess. Insert random status, gain 1 energy, encode. The insert random status part really bothers me with this deck. Merchant still has a lot of health? Kinda, yeah. Let me think. Kinda want the return to be big. Not that big. Maybe about 2 or so. That means I am gonna play the Wild Beam. I think I want to optimize the Wild Beam. So we start with the Replicate, optimize Wild Beam, then Deprecate to gain the function. Finish one of these. And play the rest out. Well, no damage incoming. Let's play these out and set up a construction. Huh. Both of these constructors got doubled. That's interesting. When encoded, if this is the first card, increase its block by 7. That's unexpected. Do I want to encode? No. Not right now. Cultist potion, happy to have it. Another fight. That's fine. I kinda wanna finish that with a go-to actually. But I do wanna play Metamorphosis first, so I have a chance to draw into the 0 costs. Sturdy Beam is a pretty solid card. Follow up on that. Return to gain the energy. Whoops, that was the wrong target. Probably should have used the constructor first, but I'm gonna finish with that before I use fragment to play the post insult. Okay. Let's follow replicate. Gives us 2 new function, makes the force shield cost 0. And the thunder wave hit 4 times now. That was pretty good. Let's do another for loop, this time with branch. I'm gonna block here so I get the offensive version. Oh, it costs 1. I thought it would cost 0. It's a bit unfortunate. That threw a wrench into my plans. Delay card is actually a good defensive card. Something I want. For loop might be worse than I first thought. Don't need the front-loaded upgraded at all. I'm just gonna need it next turn to block. I'm just gonna burn out the for loop. Let's build a wall. Hyper beam. It does have retain, so we can play that during the final turn of the fight. Bronze orb will give me either cut through, deprecate, wild beam. I'm happy with anything but wild beam. Actually, yeah, that's fine. Oh wait, I gained the weakness before I gained the artifact, right? Yeah, that sucks. Not too much of a problem though. Merge conflict into fortify. That's reasonable. And we wild beam. Format. Giving us a decent attack. And finish with a large hyper beam. Alright, we had the artifacting preventing that the entire time. Repulsor. Who are we fighting here? Defect? No. It's a feature. Oh, bottle lightning. I think we have to take that. Whenever I draw a cursor standard card, gain a temporary strength and dex. Scry 4. Encode all cards with encode discarded. That's very interesting. Cost the Scry 7. Violence is tempting. I'm gonna bottle the Metamorphosis. Abacus is also tempting. Turnip, not so much. Yeah, violence is very good. I'm gonna remove a defend now. Is it a defend? Yeah. Yeah. No, actually it's a wild beam. Really don't like that card being in the deck. And I'll take the Abacus. We do shuffle our deck relatively often. Okay. Let's go to. Think then optimize, replicate, and front load. Oh, violence. That has a good chance of giving us 0 costs. Delayed slice, null pointer, branch isn't. Actually, digital carnage. Let's make this one ethereal so we don't have to carry it around. We want the damage now, the block later. And this one retains, very nice. Don't want to play overheat here. I'm gonna get the defense from that. Now overheat is more tempting because it gives us a good defensive function immediately, which makes the force shield bigger as well. Return for an extra energy so I can play one more defense. I could save 8 HP with a weak potion right now. That's worth. Constructor, that definitely goes there. Then library format, and we play the build fragment. And set up a deprecate for later. I'm gonna burn out the for loop because I don't think we're gonna be using that this combat. Force shield is good defense, but we need a bit more than that. Do I wanna set up a steering beam? Sure, it's 0 cost after all. Anything I wanna for loop here? Yeah, the replicate is actually pretty decent. For loop target. Gives us a 0 cost old seer. Gain 9 block, next turn gain 8 block, take 4 damage, deal 14 damage. Let's go for the draw first. Oh, sentient form. Yeah, that's not a bad turn to set it up. Probably don't need it that much anymore, but... how much block can we gain? Quite a bit, actually. Quite a bit. Taking 1 damage here, that's fine. Separator, compile. If this is not the first or last card in the sequence, function gains play this again. I like that. I like that these were switched. And now the one that has to be in the middle is to play this again. Because the play this again is a very powerful effect, and it makes more sense this way. That we have to work for that one. Yeah, I want that function now, just to get a little bit of block out of it. That's actually enough. These burns aren't upgraded. Where did they come from? Where did these burns come from? Were they from the overheat? The overheat generates... The overheat's in there. The overheat generates burn pluses, right? Not sure. Toxic Egg. Whenever you add a skill into your deck, upgrade it. A bit late for that, but better late than never. We might still find a few skills, especially at the Merchant. Deka's Washers. At the start of each combat, draw 3 additional cards and add a Dazed into your draw pile. Generally worth it. We now have a full hand on our first turn. Violence. I like the late guard on the upgrade, but Force Shield is a large part of our defense. We definitely want that upgraded. The Writhing Mass. Let's go with Metamorphosis for sure. Do I want to set up the sentient form? Can I defend at all? Maybe. That won't do. In terms of defense, let's optimize. Then I think we flail and upgrade that. I think we also overheat, even though I don't like it. Ugh, the attack became even worse. Deprecate. Let's do it again. That's a good attack. I'm okay with taking that. Constructor twice, and then a front loaded. Build Sadness. Let's not build Sadness, please. Ooh, Shell. Gain a blur. Tempting. I think it's time to build Sadness and then gain a blur. Curling Burn. I don't want a curse. Let's draw. Delayed guard, sure. Do we want to format? Yeah, okay. We drew back into the build Sadness. I'm gonna use it mostly for the block next turn. We could deal a lot of damage with the Thunder Wave, but we could also reroll the enemy into something that's much, much worse than this. Definitely Force Field. A Shellicade. We're building a Shellicade out of Sadness. We now have 5 blur and 106 block. Gain 9 block, encode, compile, gain 2 strength. Yeah, this is extremely good. Thank you. Boost the boost. Yep. Bronze orb. No, actually. I don't think that's very good in this deck. Do I want the speed potion? Instead of the spiked energy drink? Yes. Another merchant, please. Oh, we have Metamorphosis and Violence in the opening hand. I'm also gonna delay guard to make room. I'm gonna make a burner function here. That we just waste. Then I think we use return for 3, format for 2, and then deprecate. And then finish with a wild beam for the next set. I'm okay with wild beam construction here. Then set up the library so we can get some more codes. Optimize Fortify seems reasonable. And then I want defend. Front load, defend, defend over the sentient form. So I only take 3 damage here. Safeguard, compile, gain 2 frail. Delayed slice is actually very good against this enemy. But not quite enough to get the kill. We would need another one. Fine, I'm gonna safeguard. Then go to. That's also damage. Fine, we managed to get through that. Philosophize. I'm taking that, yes. Some strength gain is very nice. Yeah, let's start with replicate into metamorphosis. Violence. Merge conflict. Into a cultist strike. Just to make it damaging. Copying core. Caca. I bet if you use 2 cultist strikes first, then it's gonna be caca. I'm actually gaining the block from this, so I have the attack later. I should have played the construction first, though. We'll just save this defensive card for later. And I'm gonna burn these 2 out. Let's go to and philosophize. Deprecate to finish that. And then start getting strength and drawing cards. What's left? Iterate, delay card. I'm gonna iterate and force field. I should have played the return first, I think. I'm not gonna play the format. Yep, definitely should have played the return first. This one's gonna be library, iterate, replicate. Gives us a great attack. More iterations. Let's also set up sentient form. Just play these cards for the purpose of slowing the enemy. Boost. Boost is good. I'm gonna do a big format here. Nice. We're fully defended and now we're probably gonna use the forked wall soon. Not necessary right now. That's our big hit. This is the turn for the forked wall, right? I made myself weak. Oops. Well, we managed to kill anyways. Preserved insect. Enemies in elite combat have 25% less max HP. No, less HP. I'm not sure if merge conflict belongs in this deck. It's certainly not bad. But I think I'm gonna skip it. Let's go meta. Delayed card violence. Fortify. Do we have another 0 cost? We don't, huh? No, we have Deprecate. If we want to make a 0 cost, we can. Fine. And follow it up. And then start building the next function. And let's actually finish that function as well. These for loops are a bit worse than expected in this deck. $18 damage incoming. We are already defending for 18, so we can just do this. Start with the follow-up. Philo, delayed replicate, and then play the smart card. Invoke. Front-load invoke is pretty good. Vulnerability. That will be nice. Explosive pot. Gain 14 block, insert a slimed. I think we're pretty good on block now. Explosive pot? Probably not. Let's finish off the merchant. I'm also gonna set up the sentient form. Probably a mistake. It's not gonna be that important in this fight. And I'm gonna set up the constructor for next turn. So we have some defense for certain. Violence. Anything juicy left in the deck? Not really. Just gonna go with the delayed slice here. Then bronze orb. We got the shot. Sure. Not bad. Another delayed slice. We have return also. We don't need front load at all. Just gonna play a big return so we have a strong next turn. And we should hopefully finish here. That will do. There we go. Branch. No thanks. What do I want? Chrysalis? Yes. Yes, I do want Chrysalis. Also Chemical X. Suddenly for loop, return, and... wasn't there another one? Format. Become insane. That means I want another for loop, right? No, probably not. Let's instead remove... Well, suddenly the for loops are actually good. They are actually good now. So we remove a defend instead. Do I want that upgraded delay card? That's actually not bad. No. I think I will have enough block, especially with the Chrysalis. Giving me 1 or 2 more block cards. At least I think so. Let's metamorph, replicate on you, and then violence. Ooh, digital carnage. Yeah, please. Let's also cut through. Do I want the chrysalis? Why not? I do have the energy this turn. I'll keep the fortify. I can always back barrage the dagger, but I don't have to. Yeah, I'm gonna null pointer this. That's fine. It's a bit of a waste, but... And then we for loop twice to get ready for the next encoding. Let's boost it. Boost the boost. This time it worked. Huh. Gain 1 artifact. No. Compile, all enemies gain 2 artifact. More booster boosts. Boost all the boosts. Compile, all enemies gain 1 artifact now. Allocate does nothing at the moment. Philosophize. I'm gonna use the 1 cost and a constructor. Till 20. Wow, we have a lot of strength. That's 31 block. 51, 66 block. That means we can just go for the boss. Let's get that function ready. Wait, that wasn't lethal. Oops. That sucks. We're gonna take a ton of damage here for no good reason. Molten Egg. Whenever you add an attack card to your deck upgraded, I'm gonna drop the speed for a colorless. I don't think I want it's a feature. Let's go optimize Metamorphosis Violence. Am I okay with making an exhausting function first? Construction, backtrace, replicate. And then we use that. And the next one is gonna be the iterate one. Let's also play Sentient format. Get that stuff going. This is gonna be a 1 cost, so might as well contain the Philosophize multiple times. That won't work because I won't have the energy after the for loop. Let's encode cut through multiple times. These are actually really good draws. Cutting cut. Then we follow iterate. We can keep those because it doesn't matter. There we go. Bronze armor. No thanks. Not necessary. Unbiased cognition. Whenever you play a power defect, gains 1 focus. Scary. That's Metamorph. Sentient form as well. Giving them 1 focus. They will channel a lightning. So we're gonna take 4 this turn. Let's just start building some functions. A delayed guard function, so we have block next turn. And a replicate function. Giving us some damage output. And then a clean fragment. Giving us a ton of damage and block. That was a really good first turn. The rainbow animation is on me? Okay. That's violence. Feel like we're not gonna use null pointer here. We don't have any card draw, right? So this is just return for all our energy. Whoops. Can't play this function now. Enemies doing zap. Evoking the lightning orb. Then dual casting the frost orb. Then multi-casting the dark orb for 2. So that's gonna be 28 plus 10. 28 plus 10. This is no damage. Plus 5 at the end. So 43 damage incoming. I hate using the null pointer here. But I think we're in a position where we can just do that and be fine. I'm gonna throw these away. Well, at least this says retain now, so we don't have to draw into it again. Weakened doesn't do a whole lot against them. Bullseye. Deal 9 damage, apply 3 lock-on. How does lock-on work again? Increases the damage of lightning orbs by 50%, 100%? Let's assume 100%. That's 21 damage from this alone and the lightning orb, plus 5 from the cold snap. We are okay here. Lock on. 50% more damage from orbs for 2 turns. Let's block. Let's finish that function so we can use the follow-up. Okay, now we are starting to draw back into our functions, and this means we are scaling out of control. 2 more focus for them. They are scaling pretty well too. We do have sentient form active. Yeah, we do. So yeah, the strength gain on Searing Iterate, that's gonna get crazy in no time. Lock on again? No evoke, so we are facing 12 from each of these, so 24, 30 damage this turn. That's not a big deal. We can Chrysalis and Library. Now it's 1 more damage. No, it's focus. It's... Yeah, we still defended it. Good. Let's get a lot of delay block. A lot of block this turn. More block. Deal a bunch of damage. This boss needs some damage preview numbers. Incoming this turn is... That's gonna be 14 times 228, increased by 50%, 42 damage from the dual cast. And this is just defense. We block it all. Yep. Oh, right. No, the lightning orb hits at the end. I forgot about that. Should have known. Incoming is 9, plus 7 is 16, plus another 9 is 25, but these are increased by 50%, so another 8, 33 damage. We have the defense against that. Get latest gets us a digital carnage. Very nice. Draw 3. Oh yeah, let's do that. Bronze armor as well. Oily energy B. Let's get rid of the slime and then encode a couple of fragments. I could bit shift the fragment out of here. It's kind of pointless, right? We want the fragments to stick together. Because they are not 0 cost. And we should have the kill right here. Nice! And we do have all the keys, so we can fight now with the Automaton for the first time. Yesterday we didn't manage to get there. Tungsten rod. They no longer have Tori. Clockwork souvenir, fossilized helix, oddly smooth stone. A usual start. They also no longer have the hourglass that deals 3 damage every turn. Which I'm happy that they no longer have that. That's sentient form. What do we follow? It's gonna be a delayed guard, I assume. Kinda wanna philosophize, but I think I'm gonna Constructor instead. I don't wanna follow the Deprecate, I'm just gonna play that as is and then follow for the next turn. Follow the digital carnage. Yeah. I also want to optimize that. Wait. Why is that bomb already going off? Didn't they just play that last turn? That's a lot of damage. Bomb is dealing 40. I'm gonna go with the colorless potion here. Panic button, we have an artifact. We can block the you can't gain block effect. And there goes the bomb. Huh. Let's go to... Force shield is nice. We are also gonna branch. Incoming is 18. Then finish with a big return. Well, decently sized return. 3 should be enough. They played another panic button. Panacea bomb trip. Well, at least the trip doesn't matter right now. Invoke. I mean, sure. This one does have a cost. Oh, the branch is the one that, yeah, because you get the other half. The branch being 0 cost doesn't actually help you as much as you would expect. Delayed insult. Let's front load some fragments. The bomb is going off again. And they are... That's 50 damage. Plus another 50 from hand. 100 damage this turn. That's pretty crazy. Don't want statuses. If I can avoid it. Not while my deck is... Well... Maybe... Can I finish the fight, perhaps? Yeah, that's... That might be a bit overtuned. I mean, I do have a lot of block this turn, but... I really don't want to break. I'm gonna sticky shield though. That's some crazy damage there. Another bomb coming up and another vulnerability. So probably we're facing another 100 damage turn next turn. Let's gain some strength. Do need to finish this fight. Gonna go aggressive here. There we go. That was scary. Kunai, every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain a dex. That's very strong. I don't want a branch. Not even an upgraded one. Okay, Merchant is... Merchant is scary now. Get latest. That will make sense in this deck, wouldn't it? Make even more 0 cost functions. I also want a potion. I think it's gotta be a draw potion. Do we need an upgrade or do we rather rest? No, we have Pantograph. We don't need to rest. Violence doesn't really need the upgrade. I think at 3 it's fine. Return and follow don't need the upgrade. Well, return becomes quite good when it no longer exhausts. Losing exhaust matters in the Niao fight. Also, we have Cultist Potion, which is very strong in this fight. We have Metamorphosis Violence in the opening hand, which is always a good time. Do we also play Chrysalis? I think so. Let's get these ready. Cultist Strike isn't the best, and Branch is actually annoying because it doesn't stay 0 cost. I'm gonna make a 0 cost function first. Let's see what we can get from Get Latest. Oh yeah. We'll take that. That's 20 block for next turn already. I kinda want the attack here, so I'm gonna gain the block. haunted. So... I wish I could follow Philosophize, but that's sadly not possible. Okay, I'm okay with taking 36 here. 10 here. Luckily we're not taking all the 36. We have a for loop, so we can optimize the searing beam. It's not a ton of damage, but it's good enough. I'm also gonna front load for some defense. And even sticky shield. We can play out this Lime later, that's fine. Return and then follow, but again, for the next turn. What do we want here? I think it's pretty simple. Merge, conflict, philosophize. Giving us a card that grants us 3... Oh, I missed that sentient form. I thought we had it out already. Our strength scaling is gonna be through the roof. Absolutely insane. Ugh, null pointer. Smart child. I think I need to draw here. I need to kill Niao this turn. At the cost of my next turn, though. Probably. I mean, we can't take 75, right? We could weaken them and block a bunch. But that would still be a ton of damage to take. I'd honestly rather skip my next turn. I am gonna put the null pointer in this. This will be a relatively weak function. We do have 17 blocks, so the Watcher's first turn is probably not gonna deal more than that. Oh, we lost our block. Oh, that's really rough. I thought we wouldn't get a turn at all. But we did get a turn. That's good damage. Front load at 0 cost. At least it makes this hold over, yeah. Well, we're starting to have a lot of powerful functions in the deck. Like this smart idea. That's now gain 6 strength. Gain 2 strength, deal 25 damage 4 times. Play this again. Yeah, these functions are absolutely nuts. With all that strength gain. Ah, we can gain some dex as well. Don't mind if I do. Oh no! Messed that one up. These are good cards. Don't want to skip my turn. Well, it has retain. I don't need to play it. I can wait until I have an artifact. Oh, shell. Yes, please. Let's start with a smart idea though. Yeah. This scaling is something else. I wanna gain as much strength as possible. Smart Child is probably the best in terms of strength gain. Let's burn out this Icky. Or do I want another Blur? Honestly, we have enough strength. Let's get another Blur. I like that this character has some access to Scry. Oh, we can play the Smart Child as well. Oh, right. Kunai also helps us scale. We have 10 dex and 42 strength at this point. Oh, the double silent, right. Definitely force field. Another Philo. Copying cut. Yeah, it's gained 2 blur now. That's certainly good enough. Gain 4 strength, deal 51 damage 6 times. Twice. That card is so broken now. The gain strength and the deal X damage X times scale insanely well with sentient form. That's so crazy. This clean sprint is actually okay, because he draws cards. Did the enemy's Philosopher's Stone just trigger twice? At least I had a feeling. Gain 9 strength, sure. Gain another 3 strength. Wait, why is the enemy at 75 HP? That's really weird. They have 2 buffer at least. Wait, they have 2 buffer? They also have 2 focus. For some reason these relics trigger twice, but the max HP didn't trigger at all. That's weird. The defect broke, indeed. I mean, that's the correct card to finish the enemy, right? Has to be. Gain 5 strength, deal 74 damage 5 times or 7 times or whatever. Twice. Yeah, that scaling was something else. Yeah, we got the first Niao kill. I learned that Metamorphosis is really good in this class. Really, really good. Just making crazy zero cost functions and then scaling them up with sentient form is insanely powerful and very fun. Yeah, that was fun. But the early game was rough. On higher Ascension we could have died long before we got strong enough to actually do the stuff we did.